Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here with
Bradley.
And the critters somewhere they went.
Charlie's behind the chair.
Oh, Charlie behind. I am sorry it has been so long since we've made a video. It is January 8th, 2021. It is Friday. I had to look and it's been a whole week. And I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. It is currently, I gotta go back. It's 42 degrees. It feels like 35. The high today will be 43. The low will be 30. It's 70% chance of rain today. It was 90 a few minutes ago. Humidity is 84%. Wind is 12 miles an hour from the north. Sunrise was at 7:22. Sunset will be at 5:15. Tomorrow it will be much warmer and no rain. So that'll be a nice day to maybe get out and enjoy your day and stuff if you live around in this area. Just nothing's wrong. Just life itself got away from us, right, Mr. Heide? They can't, when you nod your head, they cannot see it.
They can hear the rattle.
No, but
yeah,
it just, life got, you guys know last Friday we got back our Jeep. And as long as Brad goes out and starts it every day, it seems to be running just fine. I drove it all over. We spent the first 3 days of this week. Last weekend was just a normal weekend. We cleaned house and stuff. We got a lot to talk about with that way. But Monday started out with Brad received, was it a voicemail from the doctor's office?
I believe so.
That they had, the doctor decided to take the day that Brad had his appointment off, so they rescheduled Brad. It's not like they rescheduled Brad for like even a week. 3 months. 3 months, people. Now, we've waited 2 months for these appointments. We're new to this area. This was going to be our new primary doctor. This is a big clinic setting. They could have given us somebody else because we're brand new, had not seen anybody, but no. Well, Brad even explained when he called, that's not acceptable because we're diabetics. They knew this. We had to have these medications. We had just enough medication to get through the end of this week. So I heard him on the phone. So I got up. I was going to sleep in because I wasn't feeling well. And I think that's what the whole weekend you and I were kind of getting over the cold flu. He had been having it for about a week, and then I started to come down with it. I kicked it pretty quick. I kicked it a lot faster than Brad, actually. But, cold and stuff will hang on with that. With this poor guy forever, and that's because he had a lot of problems growing up with bronchitis and stuff. But anyway, I got up and I started researching doctors. We wanted our doctor to be in Rocky Mount anyway, and so I found, places that accepted our insurance and were accepting new patients, and I'm the one that even called and set up the appointments. So we have appointment. This gal was super nice too, and at the end of the month, and on the same day together. There's about an hour and a half gap each, but that's okay. And we got that taken care of, but that left us with a big problem. Like I said, we had enough prescriptions for the end of this week, including all of our insulins, which were really cutting close, and I didn't know that my husband had even cut his back further. I wondered, but and you better not close your eyes there. You're going to fall asleep.
I'm not going to fall asleep.
Oh, okay. But so I suggested to my husband that maybe we get a hold of our old doctor in Florida and see if she wouldn't renew our prescriptions just for a month. And explain what was going on. And he did. He called the clinic there. Loved those people. And our very, very, very kind doctor, primary care doctor down there, renewed our prescriptions for a month, which got us what we needed. thank goodness. And so we spent, though, 3 days. I call it driving Mr. Brad because I was driving all over Rocky Mount to the pharmacy, and then had a few errands. And I just wanted to get used to driving in Rocky Mount more and stuff. And you know, found that I still love driving our Jeep. I still do love driving our Jeep, and just drove him all over. He was able to take the walker, and he did really well with that. What day was it that we went for lunch? Was it Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yeah. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday. We went for lunch Tuesday. Yeah, because I pointed out to you that at night there at the Western Grill they have the trivia nights.
Oh, that's right.
So we walked in there. We'd never been to the Western Grill. It's right next to the Harris Teeters in that shopping strip mall. But we decided, heck, what the heck? We're going to, start going to some of these smaller restaurants and checking them out and giving our business because, all these businesses are really struggling. And very, very nice restaurant, is casual, but it was comfortable. And then after we'd been there a little bit, in comes walking this couple, and I noticed that she had a pretty significant limp, uh, you know, when she was walking, holding on to her husband's arm. But I didn't pay too much. I don't want to stare or anything. They sat down not too far from us, and after a little while, she started talking. And we struck up such a friendship so fast, but nobody bothered to ask anybody's name or contact information. That would have been nice. Um, and she had had a stroke about 15 years prior. She'd been hit by a truck or something and then had a stroke. And you could not tell except for just the way she walked. She spoke so clearly and stuff. But it was really nice, wasn't it? And it was really nice for Brad, especially to just be talked to like a normal person. Because, once you sit down, it doesn't matter how you get there. You look the same as everybody else. Except for, if they didn't see Brad's walker, they would not know. But they were a delight to talk with, and we had all had such a good time. I mean, we yakety yak, 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 and stuff. And I loved seeing it. I loved that afternoon. It was so nice. I told Brad we're going to have to stalk the Western Grill now so we can find them again. Because we did really, really enjoy.
So were you rolling your eyes like she was when he and I were talking?
No, I would not do that.
No.
The guys got going, right? And you know how guys can get ranting and raving. Well, Brad wasn't really ranting and raving that much, but her husband was all fired up. And that's when she would roll her eyes. She's like, you should have to put up with this. And, and she wasn't doing it like disrespectfully, though. She was just like, oh, here we go. Then she did say at one point in time she was glad that he had somebody else to talk to besides her. See, they're in the same boat. So, and she said the same thing I say is that parts of me and parts of him, all him together make one good person that can do stuff. So, you just help each other out with what you can.
Did you tell them he was blind?
No, I didn't. He was legally blind in one eye, and he was deaf also in one ear. So I don't know if maybe he suffered some kind of traumatic injury on one side, or we don't know. But yeah, it was a good time. Really, really loved that afternoon. We didn't even end up going to the grocery store next door. We're like, no, we had our entertainment. We're good. Well, and two, okay. Harris Teeter, we wanted to shop there at the Kroger store. We love Kroger stores. But they have an evict card. And so we're in the system with Kroger, but all the way back in Wyoming because it's called Smith's. But we only have just our normal cell phone numbers. And we called the store and we said, hey, we can't get registered online for anything with the EBIT card. And then Brad even said, is it because back in Wyoming? And she's like, she didn't know. We'd have to call the EBIT company. And, it's just her attitude was like she could care less. And we're like, you know what? I'm just going to put in an order with Walmart. It'd just be easier and they'll deliver it. And I don't have to worry about the EBIT card. So, I wanted to do business there, but I'm not going to go through all the hassle. I would just do a prescriptions there. I don't know. I bet you if you talk to the manager of the store, there's something else that can be done. We're not the only people that have moved and have always kept the same cell phone number. That might be worth a shot. She was probably just a young lady. Maybe she hadn't even worked there that long or whatever. And maybe she was having a bad day or, the underwear was on too tight. That happens a lot. Buy underwear big enough it doesn't cut off your circulation down there, men and women. And if you wear a thong and stuff are popping out the sides, you might want to rethink that. That's all I got to say about that. So, yeah, we finally got our prescriptions and stuff. And that was kind of another ouch financially, but we handled it. Not super bad because we have health insurance again here. But, first of the year with the insurance and stuff, everybody ends up paying a lot more than we want. But, what else, honey? Prescriptions. New friends that we don't know name of. In that new prescription, I've been having a really hard time with my edema in my legs. And also, then that leads to the pulmonary edema in my lungs. And that's all kidney related because I have the chronic kidney disease stage 3. And, which I never knew I had until I was in the hospital. I've always had kidney problems all my life. But anyway, that's one of the side effects. And I've really been suffering for months, about 3 months. And you guys know the move and stuff. I could hardly breathe. I could hardly walk anywhere. To look at this mobile home, I never got to look at it before we bought it because I couldn't go with and stuff. But happy to say, my doctor put me on my old Lasix, which is a super strong. Is that Nixie growling at somebody?
Probably out the door, out the window.
Nixie!
Yep, that's her.
I just want to make sure she's not growling at the cat.
No.
Okay.
Staring out the window.
Okay. I got worried because all of a sudden I only hear all that growling.
Yeah, she's probably watching something.
She quit now, didn't she?
Yeah, I heard Diesel pull up.
Oh, okay. Anyway, she put me on a super strong furosemide, and so that's really starting to take the fluid off of my legs and off of my lungs. I can already tell I'm breathing so much easier. I was getting so bad I was having to stop, like, to walk through the house at midway point and sit on the stool for a couple minutes, catch my breath and then go on. So that's getting a lot better. Because like the albuterol will help a little bit, but not really. And a breathing treatment will help just a little bit. About the best thing I found that really helped with the edema was to have a menthol cough drop in your mouth. For some reason, it seemed to help me be able to walk from point A to point B. It was really comical. You can chime in.
Okay.
Yeah, you can chime in. I just didn't want you to, be saying stuff that they don't see your facial expression. They don't know you're joking.
Okay.
But moving, I finally figured out ways to park closer to where I could get the dogs out and not have to walk a real long way, and to not use like the rest areas because there's lots of dogs and people there, and my dogs just want to like pull us down the hill to go see, and I'm not sure if they're going to eat the dog or to play with the dog. They act like they aren't even sure if they should eat or play. You know, definitely seem like Nixie wants to definitely play. Try to know what, you know. uh, he just knows he needs to protect us. So,
Charlie's a follower.
yeah. So I learned to pull like in the back side of places and stuff where there weren't any people and dogs and let my dogs out. You know, all where they could be allowed to go. And you know, to try and walk shorter distances. I really fluid restricted so I didn't have to go to the bathroom near as much. But I had to get out of the car to help Brad get up in the truck. Now this is comical and I know we already talked about it, but in case you're new, when we moved here about 3 months ago, we didn't realize that my husband's disability had gotten bad enough that he was going to have trouble getting in the moving truck. Now, this is a big 26-foot, was it?
Yeah.
Moving truck, budget moving truck, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't even think that it was going to be so hard to get up in that truck. So he needed my help because Brad has lost, I don't know if you've lost a lot of strength in your legs. One leg is numb. His left leg, he literally cannot feel it. So what I would need to do is lift his foot up on the step for him, and then get behind him and push on his butt up, and then he'd get himself pulled up, and I'd need to help push the leg onto the next step, and then goose him some more. But we got it. We got it done, and we even had some people stopping and watching, and I'm sure they were laughing. We were giggling, you know, and of course, then he started making comments every time I'd be doing that, you know, and, but yeah, so here's the one that can't breathe, walking over to help you, and then you get back in the van. I had a minivan, and, you know, it had all the animals in it and stuff, so, it was comical, but we got it done.
Yes,
You know.
you did.
But we can't do any more moves because, you know.
Well, the trip took us like 3 days longer.
It did. Okay, first, I can only, if I get too stressed out, I kind of check out on you. Brad knows this. If something's super overwhelming and stuff, I need to take a step back and away. And so basically, what he did was he put me in a motel room in Tallahassee for what, 1 or 2 days? 1 day, I think.
I thought it was 2.
Might have been. And I know the first day, too, was to try and get some swelling off of these legs, and my breathing was so bad. I mean, picture moving all this stuff out of this ghetto trailer. And there'd been a big snafu move with the movers and stuff, which we've already talked about. So, Brad, we enlisted to put an ad out on the marketplace that we need a couple of women. It could have been men too to come in and help clean and pack, and we paid them, you know, per hour, and that worked out fine, you know, and so, and then there was one night we were driving and it was getting late. And I was having a little bit of trouble seeing. And I noticed that Brad, when he would get tired, the back end, he was pulling, he had that moving truck, plus he had a full car dolly, and our Jeep was all the way up on it. And when he would get real tired, he would start swerving a little bit. And so I called him and said, you know, I can't do this. I'm super tired. I mean, we were only maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours from here.
About an hour and a half.
But still, if you're afraid you're gonna wreck or something, what difference does it make? So yeah, we lost out on the motel room we already had reserved here, and we uh, got another one there. But you know, safety first. And Brad even said when we stopped and everything, he said he was glad because he was getting super tired. We ended up ordering a pizza, I believe, that night from Domino's or something. You know, get the animals in. They were tired and everything. The cat did really well on the move, though. I was really impressed. She's 19 now, and yeah, I was really impressed at how well she did. Um, she never tried to get out the door or anything.
You know that we stayed, I don't remember what town it was, but we stayed at a Red Roof Inn. And
Basically the whole way.
yeah, and that girl that was working at the Red Roof Inn,
Which one? Where at?
it was when we stopped for the night and we had to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I remember she just knocked herself out trying.
She was so nice.
Yeah, she was absolutely wonderful, and I wish I could remember her name.
Yeah.
Because
I think you already put a thing in for her,
I did.
though. Yeah. So, but yeah, the cat did really well. She only one time she had defecated in her travel bag. We bought this special vented bag that was made for that to make it more comfortable for her, and so had to get her cleaned up, and I had to go and clean up that bag. Thank goodness it was washable, so I just took it in the shower, and and we had handicap accessible rooms most of the time, so that meant a walk-in shower, and it meant a lot of times a shower head with a wand. So got that all cleaned up. Dogs did really well. Everybody was very glad when we got here, though. We got here, I liked the mobile home so well. We even had a room booked for 1 or 2 nights, and no, we'll just stay here. Movers met us here. They've been waiting. So we won't go into all the stuff that's been broken and stuff between the 2 sets of movers and stuff. I mean, it is what it is.
Stuff can be replaced.
It is what it is, and it's life, and we're sorting through it. We're gonna start feeling better. We've been adjusting our attitudes much better now, and we've kind of messed around with Brad's medication, his pain medication. I think we have it kind of dialed in where it's better. I think it could still be better at night, but that's something we'll have to talk to the doctor about.
Yeah.
I got in my electric blanket in yesterday. I know you guys are like, it's after Christmas, but that's when they're usually cheaper. And so then I gave Brad the electric blanket. It's the lap one that I had that was still new. But that way he can lay on it, and, it feels good on his back and stuff.
And I really can't lay on it because
The cat's in the middle of it right now.
I know.
I turned it on for her.
Oh, okay.
On low. Well, she's 19 years old and she really loves it, so who cares, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, last night when I had it on, both Charlie and Nixie were just.
I know.
Yeah, trying to crowd me out.
It's like a magnet, man. They feel that, and it's like, oh, let's suck up to Dad.
Yep.
I like it and that's part of what gets me so drowsy at night. Is I turn that on, and I'm like, anyway, that's about. I've still been doing diamond painting. I'm almost done with that one. I need to start back with the looming. Start getting some more hats done. As soon as I get enough hats that I usually do 30 per donation, then I will announce it and I will figure out where we were at when we stopped. I'm going to start up that hatch for 50 states. It'll probably be a couple of months, or I might even adjust it where it's just wintertime type. I'm not sure. Let's see, what is it right now? Still wintertime. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I might just sit on the hats and then just divide up into 30 things and do maybe 3 shipments next fall or 4 shipments next fall, and then go through the winter months. But we're going to get that finished because it bothers me to not have that finished. I am not the type that will start crafts and not finish them. Generally, most things I start, I'm going to finish. Even if it's a painting I hate. Now, if I really hate it and I'm starting to feel violent toward it, I will set it aside because I figure I'm going to paint over it. Or else I'm going to walk in the room months later, look at it, know exactly how I want to finish it, and love it. But other than that, normally, like you won't see half-done sewing items. Usually I'll finish all my cross stitch. I think there's been 1 or 2 in my whole life I haven't ever finished. But yeah, I'm just that way. And normally I will not have a lot of projects laying around, I might have, one or two looming projects. That's including a hat, and then my diamond painting, and then maybe one or two art projects that I'm working on. Because you never finish an art project normally. It depends on what kind you do. If you're doing the watercolors, you're going to do those normally pretty fast. Though I'm the type that kind of like to layer my watercolor, so that can take longer. And the acrylic, I always like to mix media. That's just the kind of girl I am. And yeah, Brad's the same way. You will not normally find many projects not finished with him. And I am so eager. I'm so glad you guys said something to me. Did you hear that?
I did.
You're right. I have a brand new wood burning kit and I'm dying to work on it, and I'm going to do that. But see, the problem is I'm almost done with this current diamond painting. I mean, I got like one square thing left to do, but I am going to sit this afternoon or maybe this evening, probably this evening, because see, I'm getting ready to take my water pill. And this is currently an all-out event, which means Theresa has to go sit in the bedroom because we have our own full bath off our bedroom, and sit on the bed, which is super close to the bathroom, and so I can run in there every couple of minutes because they've got me on that strong of water pills right now. So I'll probably go in there and work on the diamond painting. I don't know. I might ask Brad to grab me some wood. Did you grab me some wood? Is okay? I probably, because I'm dying to. I want to play with that wood burning kit so bad, and it's got all these different tips and stuff. I might shoot a quick little video and show you that later on. Brad has a new telescope. I bought him a new telescope because he loves to look at the stars and the planets and everything. He's wanting to play with that. I don't know, with the cloud coverage, though, what you're going to see. Yeah. So I guess you're not going to, huh?
No, I still want to check it out. I mean,
He's going to make banana bread today. Because we got a bunch of bananas that need to be used up. So he's going to make some reduced sugar banana bread. And probably going to do some more laundry. Because I can always fold it when you bring it in.
Yeah.
We kind of have a thing where I don't mind folding laundry at all. I'm just kind of weird that way. Except for he'll fold the blankets and that kind of stuff because my arms are not that long, and it hurts my shoulders and stuff to fold like the big stuff. So he does that. I fold all the little stuff. You know.
There was one. I've got enough projects going that I don't want to spend any more money on any other projects.
Yeah.
But there is this wood burning process, and it's called Lichtenberg, I think it is, and you use electricity on a board, and you put the two poles in, and it almost does like a lightning bolt or a spider web or whatever, and it just looks tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get a chance to watch that video I sent you, where the guy did the Lichtenberg burning and then the paint over the top of it?
I did.
Yeah, and it's just, and that I want to try so much.
Yeah.
Um, and then some of these tabletops, like that they use the colored resins to make it look like there's a stream running down the tabletop, and it's just so many cool projects that I'm just chomping.
We are really, really eager to start the resin wood process. Brad wants to do some tabletops like that. I have so many ideas swirling in my head too with this. I mean, because we have all these small shells we collected in Florida. We have all these small stones. Of course, Brad loves to tumble rocks. It's something we're both really interested in. And in fact, for Christmas, he got some rocks to tumble. He has a triple barrel Loratone rock tumbler. If you guys are ever thinking about getting into rock tumbling, do yourself a favor, and we are not paid sponsors. We are just consumers that we have bought the cheaper single barrel rock tumblers, don't waste your money. They're not going to last very long. Loratone makes wonderful rock tumblers. I would suggest either get a double or a triple barrel. That's a lot of fun, and you can be tumbling different things. Or like Brad said, I can even use one of the barrels and tumble my own rocks the same time he's tumbling his, which I'm keen to do. I'm keen. I would like to order some more rocks and tumble some. I have seen where you can also tumble seashells. They just have to be the thicker one, and of course you go to step process 3 or 4. You don't do the first couple of ones. There's also hemolites, which are softer rocks that you can tumble, but you've got to do a different process and stuff, or else you're going to end up with nothing. Now we've all had that happen where you buy just your generic normal collection of rocks and you're so excited, or maybe there's some that you found yourself, and then you're in the tumbling process, and even by the end of step 2 you look and your wonderful big rock kind of broke apart, and now it's like little minute little almost sand granules.
Well,
And you're like, what happened?
well, a friend of mine gave me a chunk of jade that was about the size of a golf ball, and but it you could see where it had streaks of sandstone.
Oh
And
God.
yeah, and
I don't even need to.
yeah, I didn't even think about it, and I put it through the when you tumble stones, you've got normal stones. You've got a 4-step process. You start out with an extra coarse, a coarse, a fine, and then the polish. And they suggest a week on each step. And I like it. I like the way they turn out a little bit better on 2 weeks for each step. But that's the nice thing about the 3-barrel tumbler is I can have different stages going in each barrel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and but that chunk of jade he gave me after I tumbled just through the extra course, and I when I opened it up after the 2 weeks, all I could find was some little slivers of jade about half the size of a dime and just paper thin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it didn't work too well.
It was very sad. It's very, very sad. So, whatever state you're in, if you're interested in getting into the whole rock journey, whether you want to be a rock hound, or you just want to tumble rocks and you want to tumble rocks to make jewelry, or you're just curious, look in just your state and type in, geology, or type in rocks and minerals and stuff, and it will bring up numerous links. And it's very fascinating, and it's something that you might be able to get your kids or your grandkids into. It's fun. Brad and I plan on getting in better shape, and we're going to figure out a way to do some rock hunting. We love doing that. And then also there's a few places around here where you can pan for the different rock stuff like you would gold, and we're keen to do that too. Or even we are nerds. We will admit this. We are some nerds. We like to go through the museums and see all the different rocks and minerals and stuff. Agates and amylites and you know all of that kind of stuff. So petrified wood is so gorgeous, you guys. When it's tumbled, it is so gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I don't know. It's one of my favorite because all the different, uh, you know, uh, grains and all the different grow rings and stuff. It's just very pretty. And sometimes you'll get, like in this last batch of rock that Brad got, you can see some fossils in these couple of rocks. That's very cool. And then you kind of almost worry about, though, in the tumbling process, are we going to lose?
I've thought about that.
Yeah, but what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
But what else is right behind there? that looks like a whole bed of very fine marine life to me.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, it does.
crustaceans and stuff, itty bitty. So I'm assuming this was right on like a rock bed, you know, like right in
Yeah.
the sediments maybe, and it has to be. And so that would be very cool. We're very big fossil people too. Of course, we're from Wyoming, and Wyoming has some of the best fossils and some of the biggest current digs and stuff. So, you know, we've been to quite a few museums that have that. We've seen some
Well,
spectacular specimens.
and since we moved, one of the things that I guess I know I took for granted was the amount of petrified wood that there was in the area of Wyoming where we lived. Because you look at how a lot of the stores they'll have they'll have these areas of gravel,
Mm-hmm.
marking off some of the parking spaces and sidewalks, and you could always find big
Yeah,
chunks
yeah,
of petrified wood. And what I would do is I would grab a couple pieces out of those. I'd bring them home and put them in a bag and take my sledgehammer to
yeah,
them to break them down.
yeah.
And yeah, we've got a couple just absolutely beautiful pieces
You
of
know, you don't
petrified
think
wood.
about it. And I mean, and isn't it sad, though, that there's a petrified wood being used in common gravel in parking lots and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like, that's so sad. Why would you do that? But
Yeah,
it's just so common that nobody thinks about it.
yeah. And then Yellowstone has a lot of obsidian.
Yeah.
And I knew around Casper that a few people found obsidian points, and the only way they could find those were the Indians that got the
Yep.
obsidian from the Yellowstone area
Yep.
and then brought it down. And but that's what that bag of rocks you got me. I got a box of rocks for Christmas.
I know. But it wasn't coal.
No, it wasn't.
So,
But that's why I'm excited, because that bag of rocks that you got me have 5 or 6 pieces of obsidian.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I can't wait to see what those are going to look like all polished up.
Yeah. Well, now, Dizzling Dolls, I guess on Amazon, supposed to be sell really good untumbled rocks.
Cool.
So, and then there's a place in Raleigh called Mineralogy. I guess it's a store you can go to. And they have like maps and stuff of all the good places to get rocks. And then, of course, they sell.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're those kind of people. We'll sit around and talk about rocks, look at rocks. Brad was so excited about these new rocks, he ran them all underwater to see what they were or what they might be and stuff.
Lots of quartz.
Because he didn't get to tumble any rocks. He hadn't tumbled any rocks since Wyoming. We didn't have any place in the ghetto trailer to put the rock tumbler because, they're noisy. And they've got to sit there for at least a good month, 2 months. Maybe longer, depending on if you've started different cycles after, if you have, more than one barrel. And, it's a fun hobby. And then you can either do wire wrapping around your stones. Some people buy, like, shelving and just display their different tumbled rocks and stuff. I mean...
Well, and I like, I've got those jewelry caps where I can glue the caps on a stone and have
Mm-hmm.
hang it from a necklace.
Mm-hmm. We sold out of those, or we used Brad used some of the smaller stones and set them in resin, and we sold those just pretty fast. So, he's going to be doing a lot more work with resin and wood. We're both keen to do that. I'm keen to do some artistry with the wood burner. You need to calm yourself down. Nobody even knows what the heck they're doing these days, Charlie Ann. You haven't even an idea. Your sister come running out of the bedroom, kind of halfway barked, and you now think you're going to go take on the world. After he comes from hiding behind Brad's chair like a weirdo. Charlie and Heidi.
Come here, Charlie.
But we're in a beautiful state with a lot of rock hunting. We want to get into mushroom hunting, but we got to know our stuff on that, Brad.
Yeah.
You know, and we might want to have a book or either an app on our phone to identify.
Yep.
But that would be fun. There's a lot of reasons to be able to be walking a lot better. And that's what we're working on.
Yeah.
Brad is determined he is going to overcome as very much as he can what has been happening to you.
Yep.
And I am the same way. That's what, being able to breathe easier, because that's been so frustrating. You guys don't even know that I've been sitting around literally, and I'm sorry if this is too much TMI, but I've been sitting around literally with the lower half of my leg just leaking copious amounts of water. It's called weeping legs, and it's very much happens to people with severe edema, and it is so hard because not only it hurts after a while because all the tissue around there is wet. You know how you're in the bathtub for too long and stuff. It starts destroying the tissue around, so then you're having to use barrier cream. But there's no way to stop it from leaking, even if you're going to leave the house. You can bandage it, but it's going to soak right through. If you wear pants, it's going to be visible. So I taken to wearing long skirts, but still, it's very uncomfortable. I would wake up with my bedding all wet. I would wake up or wherever I'm sitting, the floor underneath would be all wet. You know, I was using towels and everything else. You guys will find this funny. He's laughing already. I started out with the panty shields. Then I upgraded, man. But I never went to the wing because they wouldn't do me any good. I couldn't make these things fly. I was using maxi pads and tape. Because I got so tired of it leaking. I would only do this when I'm home. But then it gets better. One time I took the paper off, where it would be sticky and it would sit on your panty. And I said I would just put tape on there. Don't do that and put your ankles together. Yes, you didn't know that happened.
Yes, I was there.
They got stuck, and I'm trying to peel these apart. Well, no, the tape's popping off to keep it around my ankle. But so I had to walk from then on like kind of bow-legged because I didn't want these to get attached again. But yeah, that was fun. One night I woke up and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't move my leg. Well, the sticky side had attached to the mattress, to the sheet. I'm like, but I just thought that would be a lot cheaper than buying all of these gauze pads that were just getting soaked through just immediately. But even then, these maxi pads they would just be soaked. I mean, it's like, oh, talk about not feeling like a sexy beast anymore. But so I was so happy. Never thought I would be so happy that the doctor would prescribe me my old, very strong Lasix. But we got to get the water and stuff off. I was afraid maybe they might want to put me in the hospital and monitor that. You don't walk in there telling me you got pulmonary edema because they're probably going to slap your butt in the hospital. So, and I don't want to be in the hospital. I do a fair amount of stuff that helps take care of Brad, and some of it he absolutely cannot do, and some of it he could do, but it's like it's almost exhausting to the point of how long, how hard it is for him to do it, and and then there's just things I do for him because I just love him and I want to make life easier and show him that I care.
I do appreciate all that.
He had to tell the pharmacist the other day. He's in talking to the pharmacist because the pharmacist is like, your doctor just called in a massive amount of prescription. Which ones do you need right now? So Brad's like, I don't know. my wife is out in the Jeep, and he's like, let's call her. So Brad called me, and then I'm on the phone with the pharmacist. He's going over my list first, and I'm telling him which ones. And then Brad's like, I have no idea what I take, when I take, so we got to ask her. So the pharmacist had to go through his list and ask me which ones he needed, because I always do Brad's meds and my meds. I set him up for a week at a time, and he literally doesn't really know. He doesn't really know what he takes, and he doesn't know when he takes it. You know. And some of it, he's not sure why he takes, and I'll explain to him why. But,
What's
you
that
know,
for?
and I mean, it's not that he couldn't, but we started it when he was working, and it's just easier, and I know what he takes, and I can see how his body reacts, and then say, hey, you need to adjust it to this or that, you know. But, so. Is that about it?
I can't think of anything else.
I can't either.
You got it all covered.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to do a whole week's worth here in one video.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, now I know why I've been getting so many messages from some of you guys, and thank you so much, because, yeah, time does slip away. And, yeah, and I mean, and then it would be the end of the day, and it's like, you know, I really should do a video, but I'm still in the process of elimination. You know, hence we're talking about the water bill. And then I have a tendency to get back there and get, you know, with my electric blanket, and I got my other laptop, my smaller one back there playing, and I'm doing some diamond painting, and I'm talking with Brad, and the puppies are coming up and loving me up, and I'm just in my happy zone. Or the cat. The cat, I don't get to have a real pillow at night anymore, y'all. Okay, I'm a weirdo. I will admit it. I have to have my pillows just a certain way, and then I have to have this soft blanket on top. This soft blanket happens to be of cats, right? My cat can lay on top of this cat or this blanket, and you're not sure until she moves that she's actually there. But she claimed it as hers at night. So I will get like one little corner of it. I get excited when she does get down, because then I get to have the pillow again. But, yeah. Anything else, hon?
Nothing I can think of.
Brad made smothered burritos last night, which was so good. We like our burritos with some rice in them. And then there's lots of leftovers. He'll probably package up a couple to a bag and label it, and I throw them in the freezer, and that's great. You're making what?
I'm going to do fried chicken. We've got the boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I'm going to do fried chicken, and then we're going
Oven
to
fried?
do no,
No? Oh.
because I'm going to use the oven. I'm going to do oven fried potatoes, and then I'm going to do oven fried mushrooms.
Bought extra mushrooms so we could do that. And then, what kind of vegetable?
Green beans or spinach.
Okay.
Or we got the frozen peas and carrots.
Did you use all the green beans from that big can you opened up?
Nope.
We should use the rest of those.
There's about a serving left of the green beans.
It was so weird the other day. We had, well, I don't know, we had some kind of meal and there were no vegetables with it. And I'm like, I think it was when we went to the restaurant.
Yeah,
because I had a French dip, and he had just a classic cheeseburger, but you know, usually every meal we have has got, you know, vegetables. So it seems strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been doing well though. Brad's pain is a little bit better, depending on how soon he takes it and stuff, his medication. I mean, well, I guess it's not better. What's your pain like, honey?
It's more manageable by taking the medication that I am now. How's that sound?
Well, wasn't it yesterday you said you didn't think you'd ever been in so much pain, or was it a few days before?
It was yesterday, yeah.
But he had been doing a lot of walking the 3 days prior. I mean, He had that walker out, and he's like going everywhere. That's why I wasn't in the store with him, because he wants to still be able to do what he can do. And you got to let your disabled spouse, family member, friend do what they still can do, because it's important psychologically,
Yeah.
basically.
And I know sometimes it's hard for you because you know you can do things faster or more efficiently, than I can. But there's sometimes that I don't want to be weighted on hand and foot
right,
because
you still want to feel like you're contributing and that you're, and that's really important. And I know in the past when when it was reversed, there were things that you knew that you could have gotten up and have done for me so much easier, but you knew that I needed to get up and be moving around.
well, and that's one of the big things I like about working in the kitchen, whether it be cooking or dishes or whatever, because we've got that office chair on the vinyl flooring, and I can sit in the office chair. We have that roll around island,
Hmm.
which I do
It's
a
really
lot of
nice.
I do a lot of the prep work on that island.
Hmm. That's why I got it.
Yeah, and I can sit there in the rolling chair, and I'm sitting there right between the island and the stove and the sink, kind of a little
Yeah, kind of a
triangle,
little
and
triangle. Yeah,
I can,
garbage can is just right over.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I can do. It's like tonight here, probably in about an hour, I'm going to start dinner.
yeah.
So
And I mean, the kitchen island is on wheels, and that makes it really nice. We normally keep it right in front of the dishwasher, and then, when we need to be doing dishes and stuff, he just rolls it out of the way. But we love that kitchen island because it's got the uh, wire baskets, two of them, that slide in there that we keep one in onions and one in potatoes. It's got what is made to have wine. It's got the slots that we put 2 liters of diet soda in. And then it's got some other shelves that we keep, like the
pot holders and
pot holders and the round dishcloths that my friend Kathy makes that we are so in
I
love with.
love those things.
I know it. We just love those. They just are so handy for everything. But, I have one right out here that we were using as a trivet. We love these. These are what I'm talking about. She makes these in all different designs and colors and stuff. And then when I need some more, she says just let her know. And so I do, because we just can't get enough of these. They're perfect. They're the perfect size. And these work great for oven mitts also. Trivets, coasters, washcloths.
Does she make those to sell too?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. I don't think she sells the round ones at all.
Oh, okay.
She just loves making them.
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't, right now, I wouldn't want to,
Yeah.
yeah. But, yeah, we just love these. We can never thank her enough for these, because. But, uh, we, the kitchen is perfect to be working in. And then, we have another stool, and I just grab the other stool, and I'll even come creeping up behind him and stuff. We have fun.
Yeah.
We make the most of it. We make the most of it.
Yep.
And, yeah.
And it's hard sometimes. Sometimes I really have to work at not feeling sorry for myself. Because that's one of the things you and I have talked about. Because I have always been pretty much the beast. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always been really, really strong, and
Tell them the story about the monster truck.
oh, we hadn't been together for very long, and we had our very first Valentine's Day, and Theresa surprised me with tickets to the Monster Truck Show there in Casper, and we went to the Casper. I can't remember what you call it. The
Monster truck show, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean the building and everything. Oh, the Casper Event Center. And there was a lot of people there. It was just about full, just about to capacity. And then after it let out, then everybody was trying to get out at the same time. And so we had the girls with us, and Kim was 2 and Crystal was 4. And I told Teresa to, for her and the girls to grab a hold of the belt loops on my denim pants, and I was just kind of like an icebreaker ship going through the crowd, and I was just kind of pushing people aside and dragging them along behind me, and
Yeah.
we got through very, very efficiently. But yeah, there was, when I make up my mind to go somewhere, there's not a whole lot of things that can actually stop me.
No, it was pretty incredible because, yeah, I was hanging onto his belt, and here he was just going through, the crowd. It was like, it was not,
Yeah,
yeah, it was wonderful.
yeah.
But, we still have lots of good times to be had, and,
Yeah.
so we're not gonna give up.
Nope, we're in a really nice place.
Yep.
We're getting into a good headspace for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got some wonderful neighbors. I mean, just some amazing people, and we've met so many. I feel like we've met more neat people in the 3 months we've been here than in the 4.5 years we were in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
just
Big
very,
time.
very friendly and everything.
So, I mean, But anyway, I think that we caught you guys all up on what's going on in our life. Drop us a link and let us know, what's going on with you. And we'll see what happens. So we're in a good headspace,
Mm-hmm.
We're in a good headspace,
Yes, we are.
So, anyway, love you guys and do cherish your friendship so very much. And I hope you're having a good start of the new year. And don't let all the political unrest and stuff get to you.
Yep.
Just another chapter in history. We've seen it so many times. So, and I think you guys are awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.